Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Now, Jamica's best friend. You sitting up here letting this girl wear a belt with a denim dress on? Now, first she had on leggings with the denim dress. And you notice when the families got there and they wanted to tell them that they were engaged, she got rid of the leggings. No, honey, you could have kept them on, but you had nice legs. You could have kept the leggings on and took the belt off because, baby, only women that wear belts on the outside of their clothes, up high or whatever, they have waistlines, Jamica. You have a Humpty Dumpty shape. Baby, take the belt off. You already look pregnant. And then the way you stand, you really protrude your stomach out. You don't need to have a belt on. And I'm wondering, her best friend looks like she's fashioned. She's well put together. You can't help your friend. And baby, James sitting up there with a whole set of nails on, different colors. What part of cute is this to you, Jamica? He got a nose ring on. He got his tips on. I don't know if they're gel, acrylic, press on nails. What is going on? What is happening now? Oh, baby. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade. Thanks for joining me. I review your favorite reality shows weekly. Now, let's kiki and haha. I'm presenting to you Family or Fiance. I have watched this show from day one, season one, episode one, and I really enjoy it. And so now that I'm a content creator, I would like to bring this show to you. So let's get into it. It is season four, episode one. James and Jamica kissing cousins. Now, baby, James and Jamica tell Tracy that they met at their cousin's funeral. And she was like, say what? Say, huh? Come again? Yeah, we met at our cousin's funeral. You heard me right. Yes, ma'am. Back in 1999, his dad's mom and her great grandmother are sisters. Then she tells us that based on their DNA, they don't share the same DNA. But I'm sitting here like, you a lie. Third cousins ain't that ain't that much removed, honey. You and James are sitting on this TV screen of mine looking just alike. Male version, female version. Y'all pretty much have the same face. When I first wrote my notes in the beginning, I said same nose, same mouth. Towards the end, I'm looking at them some more, and I'm like, they got the same face, like everything. So she tells us she fell for him back at the funeral, 1999. She was 18 and he was 30. And he wasn't paying her no mind because, he's 12 years older than her. And, he wasn't doing that. Right. But what happened, boo? What happened? So in 2018, they reconnected on social media. I'm going to go ahead and assume Facebook. Can we not say Facebook and Instagram on TV? Like, why is it social media? Anyway, we know it was Facebook. He said his homeboy looked at her picture, was like, ooh, who was that? He was like, man, you can't holler at her. That's my cousin. So James used to have some sense because he telling his homeboy that he can't holler at her cousin, but you can? Why he couldn't? Because you wanted her? Maybe he didn't have any sense back then. So back then they both were married. They both still are. But so what's going on with that? And Tracy is like, wow, this plot is heavy. So his divorce, he filed and it's pending. On the other hand, oh, and this is his third marriage that he's divorcing from. And she hasn't filed yet. She calls it, she says she's taking baby steps because her and her husband, they have 6 kids together. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. He has two biological daughters, and then he has helped raise three other daughters. So he got, three stepkids. So they don't tell us like exactly who shot their shot. Um, because they said the conversation kind of got to questioning instead of letting them finish talking. So they met in August. They dated 4 times and got engaged. Now, wait, because you guys reconnected in 2008, 18. You dated, got engaged in 2020. Okay, so who said what when? We need to know, like, they didn't finish that part up. So they're engaged now. They got engaged very quick from August to October. Even Tracy said that was pretty fast, don't you think? He was like, nope. Okay, James, we'll get to you later. So her kids are disgusted and they are outraged. So who's coming? Now, if you guys never watched the show, this is the concept. So there's a couple who wants to get engaged, and they go to this beautiful, big, beautiful house, like a retreat, really huge, really nice, up somewhere in California where it's hot. And each person, the couples get to bring 3 people from their side of the family. So she invited her mom, her best friend, and her youngest daughter, I'll just assume, or her daughter, we'll just say her daughter. And he invited 2 of his homeboys and his daughter, his youngest biological kid. Okay, so they get to kind of talk when they're on their way to the house, the family, because they don't really know what they come into this house for or what's about to happen. And they're all like, oh my God, what's going on? Right. So then when they get there, we'll get into it. So just to give you a quick one. Okay, so they get there, they go meet the therapist who is the host of the show, I guess. They talk, she kind of figures them out and gets them prepared to go tell their family that they're getting engaged. Most of the times there's some kind of underlying problems or issues, right? So the family they say what they have to say about it. They like it, they with it, they not, they're concerned. I don't know about this. Check, oh, I'm here for, they tell how they feel about it. Then they have exercises for them. So, like, let's say the groom goes with the bride's family and they interrogate him and vice versa. Then they come back that night, have dinners, all sit down together, and it can either go good, bad, or indifferent. Then the next day, they'll have like another something to do, some kind of other exercise to do. And they want to, so they meet, no, the next morning they meet up with the therapist again, the host, Tracy McMillan. They meet up with her again. She kind of tells them what's going on, like how was day one. She kind of helps them out with how to navigate through feelings and all that, gives them some tools or whatever. Then they all kind of hang out together, maybe sometimes, or they'll go do another something or whatever. Then all the stuff hits the fan. Then they meet up for dinner again. Then day 3, they're really trying to get it together. They go meet up with her for the last time, and then they go downstairs, tell the family that they're deciding whether they're going to continue and stay. They're going to pick if they're going to get engaged or not. And it's a pretty good series. I like it. Okay, so follow me. So in the car on the way to the house, his daughter is worried about her temper. And we're like, wait, what? Why she got a temper? What's she finna go off for with her dad? Like, what's happening? Baby, just you wait and see. So the way, okay. So the way they have it set up, one family comes in first, and I believe it was, oh, it don't matter. Her family came in, I believe. No, it was his, because they were knocking on the door. The daughter was, and it took them heck long to go to the door. They were scared. And so then her family came after his family came in. And so they will all have a family meeting, and then they tell them that they're engaged. Then they have a task to do. Jamica it's called Cakes and Questions. So she's going to be outside with James's family, and they will they'll ask her questions. They're going to write questions on a card, and then she has to answer them while they eat wedding cake. James is going to be with her family, and it's called Unpack Your Baggage. And so Jamica's family is going to write down questions for him to answer also. And so this this will get all their concerns out in the open, and they can address them, right? And hopefully have a resolve. Lots of healing can happen during this process. You just have to go with it and trust it. So James's crew in their confessional, the daughter says it is too soon for another relationship because this will be his fourth marriage, right? And says he doesn't even know what he wants. The friend don't like that James, cut his beard for her and all this. And I'm like, well, what about the nails? What about the nails? He's wearing nails because of her. Nobody mentioned them nails. Nobody. That didn't bother nobody but Tracy. And I'm like, and where are you caring that he cut his beard? Like, what that got to do with you? Yours is kind of cut too. And so I'm like, child, he just don't know. Sometimes when men got the wrong kind of hair on their beard and they not moisturizing it and brushing it and washing it, it can feel icky. Don't nobody want to kiss you with all that hair all over their face. And we ain't going to talk about the Hot Pocket action. So, homeboy, hush your face, please. Worry about yourself. His daughter said he told her from jump that they are family members. And she said, ain't nothing right about that. So the homeboy said, we just found out. They related. He just told us. So his family shows up first, then hers, right? His daughter says she don't know whether to call Jamica a stepmother or a cousin. Like, well, this is so weird, right? I'm like, girl, call her both. Call her cousin stepmom. She put you in this situation. Why you protecting her? Call her stepmom when you need to, or call her cousin, but put them together. So her mom loves her cousin and wishes that he wasn't trying to marry her daughter, right? This is Jamica's mom. She really was pretty. And she grew up with this man. Her daughter is mad at her. And she said, I think it's time that I need to talk to my mom about this. I'm tired of holding it in. I'm just going to give her a little piece of my mind. Now, this girl looked like she might be 15 or 16. Okay. So they all gathered for the meeting. Jamica took them leggings off, like I told y'all. She got nice legs, cute little knees, but baby, that belt was a whole nother story. It was just making her look like she had another announcement to tell us. We're expecting and we're engaged. I was waiting, honey, because why do you have that belt on, girl? And her best friend ain't nothing because she looked like she know how to put an outfit together. But sometimes, you can't tell your friends. When you try to tell them, they don't listen. You try to tell them, oh, don't wear those. That's not good. Oh, I'm gonna wear it anyway. Okay, girl, go off then. So she tells them that they have been engaged since October 2020. And like I said, I needed to know how they linked up. Because that's an important part of the story that's missing. Who hollered at who in August? And I'm going to assume it was her, being that she probably was sick of her husband, was ready to break up, and she always been liking her cousin, always had a crush on him. So I'm just going to assume she got ballsy and made the first move. So both kids was like, nah, this is not right. Engaged? Like, wait a minute. No. They said, this is hurtful. And they acting like this ain't nothing. So one of the daughters like, you're not concerned about your daughters, Why didn't you tell your friends that y'all were related? This is one of the homies. And so the best friend said, do what makes you happy. Don't listen to no outside source. Okay, girl. We don't trust your judgment because you let your best friend wear that belt with that denim dress, and we don't trust you. And so I think one of the daughters said, I don't think this is what you want. One of the homies, like, you moving too fast. You know, this needs to be addressed. You know, this is all too much of a change when your girls are involved. Like, this ain't cool. So James is shocked that his folks had so much to say. Like, what did you, because he said in the beginning, oh, I don't think they're gonna have much to say. Oh, they do. They do. So this is the time they're gonna do the task. So the grandmother, so Jamica's, who is Jamica? Jamica's mother asked her daughter, which was her granddaughter, how is she? Like, how are you? She says, I'm like, I'm headed to college soon. I'm about to be out of here. I don't have to be bothered with this mess. So I said, remember I said she's like about 15 or 16. So she's just like, ugh. So first question, why not tell everyone from the start that, y'all was related? We didn't want to hurt anyone. You thought this would blow over? Yes. Oh, okay. So here go her family talking to James. How far removed are you as cousins? That was the best friend. Third cousins. And then the mama said, yeah, his dad and my mom are first cousins. Whoa. What would you do if she changed her mind? I would make sure it was her decision, not her mama's or the children's decision. And mom said, hey, baby, you ain't got to worry about me because she make her own decisions. Clearly, you here right now. So I can't tell her nothing. You think I ain't been telling her to leave you alone? Are you serious? Negro, we grew up together. You are my cousin. Y'all look alike. Oh, wait, mom. We got a bone to pick with you. We might need a DNA test. Because why does your daughter look like your first cousin? Second cousin, I guess. Huh? Why does your daughter look like him? Child, it's a whole nother show. So Jamica's like, they asked Jamica, did you consider the kids before doing this? And she was like, well, me and their dad is breaking up and they're on his side. So, this is just one of those things. Girl. So her daughter tells James that he's trying too hard, like to be a dad to her. Like she says, like, when I talk to my mom about something, you always got something to say. And he said, oh, I'm not trying to be your father, but I just want you to know you can count on me. Like, I'm here for you, whenever you need me. And she says, well, I'm not comfortable with that. Wow. He said, okay, that's fine, but I will be there for you if you need. Child, Jamica asked his daughter, well, how was it growing up for you? And I'm like, you ain't supposed to be asking them no questions. They ask you the questions. So she said, my daddy goes after relationship to another relationship and just relations. And she said all the women he get with have kids because there's 3 step kids. And she said he cares more about them kids than his real kids. And so it's like, wow, that's a real statement. That's wow. So she says, she always talks to him about how he treats them. And, this last wife, they was trying to talk to him about her. She was crazy. They didn't like her. Her and her sis told him to do better with their relationship first. He didn't like that. So he went with the lady, moved out the state to be with this woman and got married to the woman that wasn't cool. And he wasn't there on her first, when her son turned 1, he wasn't there for his grandson's first birthday. James, he tells us he does not have a relationship with his oldest daughter. The daughter now has come back. This daughter that's there, she has come back after a long time, and she wants to have a relationship all out the blue. And mom asks, "What's wrong with that?" And so, he get to talking. And so she said, "Your unforgiveness concerns me." I'm like, get him. But you didn't notice already about your cousin that you grew up with, mom? You didn't notice about him? Y'all didn't grow up together. Y'all was just funeral cousins. So, shall we find out when Jamica's talking to his family? They lost a child before, the year before, and they really wanted this kid. And the daughter gets so emotional. So they asked, like, would you try again? And she said, yeah, because it would be different. And so, but she's just concerned about how his two daughters would feel. Like, do you not care what we feel? Like, she gets so upset. And she said, because he failed us, and she said it would hurt to see him giving a new baby everything that he didn't give her, right? And parents got to stop believing, like, just because the kid is grown and got their own kids and their own family, that they're still not hurting. That pain does not go away. You are the one who have to work on that pain with them. Them doing whatever, going to college, buying a car, buying a house, getting married, having kids, traveling, doing all the things, that pain is still there. So at dinner, child, his daughter is still emotional about the possibilities of James having more kids. They like, you want to eat, baby? She does not. And her daughter mad too. And they're pretty much, what is this? Oh, so her daughter mad too. So she goes off. She tells Jamica, we're best friends all the time. But when James comes around, your focus is all on him. And you forget about us, like all about us. Like, who are you? She said, your whole demeanor changes and you seem fake. Girl, no, you didn't say that to your mama. Fake? Oh, no, you did not just say that. But Jamica is taking it all in. She's like, I understand. I receive it. I hear you. Had to get that water in, besties. So the daughters are sitting there connecting because they both feel the same way. This is the word I probably can't say. It starts with a T and it rhymes with drama. This is one of those bonds, right? His daughter mentions to him about having another kid. Like, you didn't ask me how I felt. He asked, so I gotta ask. She says, what? He asked, so he asked her, oh, so I gotta ask. And she said, yes. Yes. So Jamica wants to dig deeper because she said the wounds are coming out. How about an apology? Nobody saying nothing. So then the best friend breaks up the silence. So she says, how about we work on starting with a hug or a pat or a rub? Just hug or do something. So he tells her that she used to be his ride or die, and she got his two grandkids. And so his homeboy gets up and whispers in his ear, no, dude, no. You need to take accountability. Get up and go hug her. She's practically eating her tears, James. She's sitting there not eating because of you. She's sitting there not eating. Everyone is eating. She's sitting there crying. Tears are falling on her lips. She's getting ready to eat tears, and you won't get up. Never got up to hug this girl. Never. Never. The friend says, you need to do something. James whispers back, that's all I've been doing. No one gives a F about me. This ain't about you, dude. I don't understand how you can bring a kid into the world and you don't want to be there and you don't think nothing wrong with that. How do you not think I don't care about the mama? It always got to do with the mama, and the child always got to be collateral damage because he brought that out. She was we'll get to it. She was talking about you wasn't there when I had my baby. Well, your mama said, what? Hello? He had to, because your mama, what's up? Really? Really? Oh, child. So the best friend asked his daughter, what do you want now? What would you want from him? And she said, nothing. Ain't nothing gonna change. The damage is done now. I'm grown. What I wanted as a kid, I didn't get. Whew, honey. And then she says to Jamica, being that we're so uncomfortable around him, will you still pursue the relationship with him? Baby. And then it cuts off and goes to commercial, but she's sitting there looking like, I'm like, no, we needed an answer. When we came back from commercial, we needed her to respond to that girl. I don't keep up with everybody's names, don't need all the names, just the important people. But that was a valid question that we needed an answer for. Day 2, they check in with Tracy. Oh, you guys are matching. They got on fuchsia polo shirts, jeans, and some high top Converse. Oh, we do this a lot. And so Tracy tells her, your love is hurting people. They want them to choose. They want you to choose. The daughter feels like she's taking him away. James doesn't agree because he fought to see them kids every day, but he didn't succeed. The mama probably made it hard, which is true, but that don't stop you from trying to be a daddy. Do something. So we find out that him and the mama divorced when that daughter was 5. And so Tracy's letting him know, so she lost you. And she had to experience you fathering stepkids, which is a painful act, okay? The oldest sister stopped fooling with him when he was on to his 3rd wife. Because she said she ain't going through this no more. Me and my sister with our mama, you got married again, became a stepfather, then you move out the state to go to another woman to probably be her kid's father. And so he's like, no one wants to hear me. And so Tracy tells him, you're missing it. And the emotions, these girls are emotional. They're lost right now. They are lost. You're not open to it. James like, they don't want to repair it. You don't want to repair it, sir. Tracy says, being a parent, you have to do things whether you want to or not. That's what being a parent is. And Jamica says, yep, yes. Mm-hmm. The parent has to be the grown-up, the mature one. Make choices in the interest of the greater good, not the ones for yourself. Okay? If you're going to do this relationship, this old crazy deranged relationship, you need to help them walk through the effect you're having on their lives. And she tells them, you guys have a high degree of enmeshment. That's the matching nails. It's the matching clothes. It's the this, it's the that. And these kids are responding to it. And they're responding because it's a threat to their survival. Your daughter needs you, boy. Just because she got 2 kids, she needs her father. Still, there's a lot of things you did not do. You still can do. Anyway. Okay. Y'all are cousins. This is an unreasonable situation. And y'all think everybody's going to get on board with you. And you don't understand how very complex this is. There's lots of the T word that rhymes with drama. There's a lot of that. And, she says, I'm going to bring in a T Rama expert to figure out how to repair this and how not to cause more. So the task of the day is both families will sit down with this expert, the T expert, okay? In order to heal, you have to get to an understanding first. Having those hard conversations, talking about what you don't want to talk about. So the daughter tells Jamica that she is stressed out. She worried about her own mental health. She's wondering if you get married to your cousin, is this going to have us distant from you? Blah, blah, and rah, rah. Jamica is happy to hear it. And she's willing to do therapy with her daughter, whatever it takes. James says he didn't want to disturb his daughter's life. That wasn't the plan, and he apologizes. His daughter's like, our bond ended when you remarried and moved out of state. You moved 1,000 miles away. You wasn't there. I even had a baby at 16. I was scared, didn't think I was going to make it, and you was not there. He said nothing. Nothing. The two daughters are sitting there, supporting each other. I remember I saw one was rubbing on the other one. One had, they both trying to be there for each other because they both are going through the same thing, right? So she continues, you didn't sacrifice for me. You were supposed to be there for me. James cuts her off. No, your mama was supposed to be there and she left. My mama came in construction clothes. What are you talking about? Well, I came off the road. I wasn't supposed to be in there. Did you really just say that to her? Did you really just say that to her? And she said, I don't want to do this no more. He like, well, good, don't do it because I don't want to do it. So he get up. This is BS. And now she's crying again. She's angry. Her anger is on 20. She feels abandoned. She's like, I'm the child. I didn't ask to be here. Exactly. She didn't heard elders say that. The therapist goes to get James. She was like, pause. This is hard, but you need to pause. I don't get to talk. She just cries and everybody looking at me. Okay. You still ain't got up to hug her. They've been asking you to hug her since yesterday. You still ain't hugged that baby. She's telling you when she had you, those were the best years of her life. And then she's also telling you that she lost you. And under all that anger, there's love. Oh, I know that. I love my daughter. Okay, well, honey, your daughter just got up because you got up. She got up. She's doing exactly what you're doing. She got up, but she went to go pack her stuff up, called a car to come get her, and she's about to leave. His friends in the house trying to support him. They like, dude, do something. He like, okay, you gotta do something. Do something. That one, the shorter one that do all the talking and the crying. He didn't cry twice. He has cried twice over this mess. I'm like, that must be his goddaughter. She must be his goddaughter. So he goes outside. She's in the car. He goes up to the car, asks her to come back in. She like, no. He like, okay, love you. Be safe. Really, blood? And she leaves. Are you serious? That's all you was going to give her? That was it? That was it. Now he up in the bedroom with Jamica telling her, oh, it's all my fault she gone. Well, duh. Jamica tells him she took what her daughter said, maybe you should have done it too. Now she feels like they need to do their work individually. She about to break up with old boy, with her cousin. So, well, not break up, but in the engagement. So she's like, does he not want to see them? Yeah. So my whole thing about how he just wasn't going up for his kid was, of course it's the selfish pride. It's a lot of that, right? But I was sitting here like, is this just like, why is he not like, I don't know, like, Does he feel embarrassed? Does he not want to seem so vulnerable in front of his friends? Does he not want his like? Why are you? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Now his friend is crying again. It's like you are a whole mess, James, and you just don't see it. People are showing you, and you just, I guess it's a process for you to get it. So she takes her engagement ring off, honey. Yes, she did. Left it right on that bed. So day 3, James is outside in the front of the house. He crying, got a little piece of tissue in between his nails. The homeboys come out and they like, blood, life is short. Well, I needed time to clear my mind. I guess that's what she needed to do too. I didn't leave though. And so they like, well, you did when she was 5. You did leave. And now she's imitating you. So their final session, Tracy's asking, how did it go? He was like, it blew up. Couldn't handle it. So I walked away. And everybody want to pass, but when I want to pass, it's like I want one. And she said, parents don't get a pass, James. You wasn't there. She's in pain. That's it. Ooh, I was like, wow. Jamica's like, well, my daughter's depressed. She need therapy. And my light went off. And Tracy's like, well, wait a minute, where's your ring? You're not wearing your ring. She's like, yeah, we got work to do. And if we don't get it back together, he'll always be there. Well, girl, he is family. He gonna always be there. He your cousin. She says she wants to apologize to the family for how things occurred and the way it affected them. And so Tracy said, well, yeah, tell them. You'll start building your trust with them then. And she said, and stay in that humble place. It's not going to be easy, but you need to stay there. And she said, you need therapy, and this will be good. So at the blessing ceremony, Jamica apologized to the family for causing all this strife on them. And so James was like, yeah, we wanted to share our love. We didn't mean to hurt anybody. And they said, normally we would be asking for your blessing right now, but we decided to put a pause on our engagement and do our work with ourselves and with our family. Mom said their relationship was selfish, and this act is selfless of, to stop it and trying to repair things. She likes that, but y'all still don't need to be getting married, okay? You're related. The homies is like, pause? What that mean? Pause? Do you know what pause? What kind of pause they talking about? What you think they talking about? Is it a breakup? Is it a not living together? Is it still seeing each other with no kids around? What kind of pause is this? So they said that they will live together, no engagement, and they will build piece by piece to get it back together after they do their work. So their update is family or fiance. Well, they picked family. Amen. So their update was what was the status? The family is still struggling with their relationship. Well, yeah, they got to get a therapist for her daughter because she is just depressed, stressed out. She's concerned about her mental health. She can't handle it. And James's daughter is not responding to his text messages. And he says it's in her court. The ball is in her court. And that was the end of the episode, besties. Let me know if you're into this series. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Please don't forget to like my video, subscribe to the channel, make sure your notification bell is on, ding dong, so that you are aware every time I post my content. And I'll be back with another review. Bye, besties.